Hello everyone, this is Dawn over at Plot Chronicles. I just listened to a book on audio that I thought was really good. I'm going to get right into it. I've read this book before, but it's been a few years. And remember, when you're reading over 120 books a year, you forget some things. I remembered a few things about this book, but I didn't remember all of it. But it is by one of my favorite authors. Last time I told you about Ashley Audrain. I've only read 2 of her books, but only 2 are on Libby. I love her as an author. Writes, excellent writer, describes things so well, she just really pulls you in. Love this author called Liv Constantine, and I have to tell you something interesting about her. She's the one that wrote the Mrs. Parrish series, the one where, you know, I don't remember the names of the books offhand, but the one about Mrs. Parrish, okay? The old Mrs. Parrish and the new Mrs. Parrish. Anyway, the guy in the book, the husband, Jackson, who's not a very kind person, we'll say, okay? You find that out. Well, there's a new book coming out about him. That's what I call a prequel that talks about the making of Jackson Parrish. So it talks about how he got to be that kind of person. I cannot wait. It's on Notify. It's not out there yet, but I put it on Notify. I might have put it on hold, actually, on the Libby app. And so I'm really excited to read that book when it comes in. And I'm excited to, I don't know if you guys read any of Liv Constantine. Actually, one of my favorite books of hers is The Senator's Wife, because of all the twists and turns at the end. And even a couple of you told me you liked it. But this book is called The Stranger in the Mirror. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about what it's about. It's about a girl named Addison. And it starts off at the beginning where she's there. She has her engagement party, okay? And she's in her late 20s, and she's there with her fiance, and everything seems to be going good, and everybody's welcoming her, and, you know, and she loves her fiance. He's a wonderful guy, okay? But she has memories right now of where she is right now, but she doesn't have memories of what's happened in the past. So it's like if you woke up and you don't remember anything, you don't remember your name, nothing. So she doesn't know where she came from, who her parents were, who she grew up with, what her real name is, any of that. So Addison isn't her real name. Basically, a few years before that, a driver found her on the side of the road, and she wasn't in good condition. You know, she was hurt, okay? She was okay, but she was hurt. And so they take her, and, you know, she goes to a doctor and all that, and she ends up kind of being adopted, not really adopted because she's in her 20s, but taken care of by a husband and his wife, and then she meets her fiance, a few years later, that kind of thing, and the romance goes kind of quick, right? And so she's hurt and all that. Well, she tries to get her memory back, and occasionally she has flashes of things, but she doesn't remember anything. So she must have had some kind of head injury. So basically, no memories. Well, obviously the mother, her fiance's mother, is concerned about getting involved with this lady. I mean, yes, she's a sweet lady, but it's like, wait, you don't know anything about this girl's past. Maybe somebody's looking for her. Was she escaping for something? Why was she hurt on the side of the road? Okay, then it goes to another part of the story, kind of goes back and forth. There's a man named Julian, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I never know how to pronounce that name very well. And he is looking for his loving wife. His wife disappeared 2 years ago without a trace. He has no idea where she is. She's never been found. They have a little girl together and named Valentina, and she misses her mom. And the little girl's just a little girl. I think she might be 6 or 7 at this time. And so she was young when her mom disappeared. They have no idea what happened to her. And so, you know, they're looking for her and they can't find her. And so, you know, are these 2 stories correlated? Are they together? So it's a whole mystery about that. There is kind of a lot to keep up with, but the story is interesting. It goes to some flashbacks. What happened? Who is Addison? Is Addison Cassandra, or is that just a totally different story? I definitely think, but it's called The Stranger in the Mirror. I think it's definitely worth the read. Let me know, have you guys read any of Liv Constantine's books? I'm just kind of curious. So that's all I have to say, guys. I love you, I appreciate you, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.